what it is, that I may know how frail I am.
That's it. And we know how frail we are, man. We understand that. If you've been in the truth for 10 going on, 10 years and up, you should already know that already. You know what I mean? We're not on what we call the mighty men of old, but we are a lot more larger stature, bigger in stature. Okay, we were more stronger, because in the ancient world, men were a lot more taller. Women were a lot more bigger too. Everything was bigger in the ancient world. Nowadays, everything's declined. Man has gone smaller, the food has gone smaller, the vegetation has gone smaller. But yet they will tell you in the media that everything's evolving for the better. No, it's not. Things are getting worse. Mankind is declining. It's under a great decline. You know what proves that? Look at the generation of today. The generation of today, they just ain't got it, man. They don't have what the older generation had. And I'm not saying that the older generation was better, because they pretty much brought the decline to the younger generation anyway. But what I am saying is that the older generation had more sense. They had more scruples. The younger generation, they just bugged out their mind, man. They all messed up. Go on, brother. So that's showing you right there that mankind has not evolved. Mankind is under a great decline. Go on, brother.
They say, behold, thou hast made my days as an handbreadth, and mine age is as nothing before thee.
Right, and my age is as nothing before me. In comparison to how we used to live and how long we used to live. So that's why that change is going to occur. We're going to go from mortal to immortality. Because even in this state, we really can't be all the way righteous. We go up. Okay, you got certain brothers, man, they can't even keep the Sabbath right, man. A lot of us can't keep the Sabbath right. I'm gonna say that one better. Yo. You have a question? You know what I think, brother? I think she likes you, brother. She likes you very much. That's why
she keeps saying to me, Yahawashi has come from everyone. And she asked me who's Israel. I said, we're coming forward. You want to know who's coming for? Ask somebody, he'll tell you exactly who's coming for. So he's not answering me. I said, just look at the board.
Right.
But she thinks he's coming for everyone. That's all.
Yeah, but you know what though? Yeah, I mean, she came up, man, because of you, brother. That's what it was. Because a lot of women, they'll come up here and they not coming up here to learn. They just coming up to, lust up to certain men, man.
You should have said, yeah, take my number.
That's why they come up. I'm not saying all the time, but most of the time when they come up here because they're looking for a man. You know?
She wants to know if we believe that he's coming back. And that's it. Yes, we believe he's coming back. That's what we're preaching.
Right.
He's coming back.
Right. That's it. Yeah, go on, bro.
Verily, every man at his best state is altogether vanity.
Yeah, it's all vanity, man. So even if you working out and you getting all in, because I like to work out, I like to eat the right food, so I like to do everything. You know what I mean? I'm into all of that, man. That's my thing. But that's all vain at the end of the day, because we're not in our original state. Because the original state that we're supposed to be in is in that God-like state, man. That's like how he was in the beginning. So the state that we're in right now is vanity. It's the lower belt. Okay? Yeah, so give me that in Jude, brother. Where it speaks about how the angels change their lower state. And this is not Islam, by the way. We're not teaching Islam. What we're teaching is the Bible, the Israelites. Okay, this ain't got nothing to do with Islam at all. Go on.
Jude 1 verse 6. And the angels was kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation.
Right.
They have reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day.
Right, and that's the whole thing, because the everlasting chains of darkness is these bodies.
Right.
So we need to be brought out of these bodies and revived again, alive.
Right.
That's why the Lord came, or should I say, is to come on the second time. That's why the Lord is coming the second time, so he can revive the nation, starting with the elect. Okay, because right now we're in a dead state. That's why like what you read, brother. You read something about how we're not all gonna sleep because we're in sleep mode right now. Okay, we're in sleep mode. So we're gonna be alive again. Stored, go on, restored.
You was talking about how this is chains of darkness. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 15.
Yeah, I'll tell you what the one. Can you hold the camera, brother? If you get me some water, hold up a shot. The water. You know, so yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. Try and read what you can read again, brother. Let me hold it. So you can read what you was going to read before.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse. Let me start from verse 15. But the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, and our devices are uncertain because we're wicked. Our thoughts are miserable, meaning we always got wickedness. You can't help it. You can't help what you think because there's certain spirits, certain demons that mess with brothers and sisters, right? For the corruptible body presseth down the soul,
right?
Because these are chains of darkness. They press us down, man. They keep us down. And the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that museth upon many things.
And that's why the scripture says, in the New Testament, it says that for what is it? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So there you have it.
Right. Can I read us some more?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Right. And it says, and hardly do we guess aright at things that are upon earth, and with labor do we find the things that are before us. Alright? Because we're not perfect. We have to labor to know the things that are before us. Alright? We gotta search things out. Like when we're in the kingdom, when we get them bodies, man, we're gonna know everything. We're gonna have the power to know everything. We're gonna have that power to know what people are thinking. We're gonna have I believe the Most High is gonna give us the memories of ancient times, man. We're gonna have power, man. Okay?
And you know it too, and it's like the video you did ages ago. And you said something that was king, because you know, in order for you to govern the world, what's that?
My garment. Hold the camera, so I can get my garment.
But you're gonna get your garment, okay.
Yeah, someone. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, like the brother that's holding the camera, you know, he did a video and he said something that was king. Because, you know, in order for us to be perfect and to keep the earth in a perfect state continually, we would have to have those perfect bodies to do it. Because the fleshly mind can't even stay upright. A lot of us can't even stay upright the right way.
Fall asleep.
What's that, bro?
We fall asleep.
Yeah, we fall asleep. Right back into transgression again. Okay?
Right.
So so it would make sense that the Lord would have to change his method to another level. Okay?
Flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom.
Right, flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom. So where was we at before? Go on.
It says, and thy counsel you have known, except thou give wisdom and send thy Holy Spirit from above.
Right, to send thy Holy Spirit from above.
Right.
Because the Holy Spirit is what keeps us upright in his truth. And that's why David said, something to the effect of, I pray that the Holy Spirit does not depart from me. You know? So, I mean, you know, hey, that's what it is, man. You got that scripture, man?
I haven't got it, but I know it's
Oh, okay, okay. I thought you had it.
Say something.
You're going.
It says, and thy counsel who have known, except thou give wisdom and send thy Holy Spirit from above, right? Because in the kingdom, we're going to know all the counsel of the Most High. So the world, the universe will be governed by wisdom and the Holy Spirit from above.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit will be encompassed all existence, man, forever. You understand what I'm saying? So pretty much, the elect, we're gonna be governing all nations with the counsel of the Heavenly Father, right?
Yeah.
All right, because the Holy Spirit is gonna be within us forever.
And we're gonna be like gods too.
Yeah.
We're gonna have that God-like knowledge.
Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it says, for so the ways of them which lived on the earth were reformed, and men were taught the things that are pleasing unto thee, and were saved through wisdom. Right? It says, for so the ways of them which lived on the earth were reformed. Right? Because that's happening right now. Brothers are being reformed, okay, into the image of the Most High. Because right now, you're in the image of pretty much the world, man. We bore the image of this wicked world. All right? Sin. We bore the image of sin, a transgression. But now, the Most High sent His Spirit in these last days upon the elders, upon our Bivens and the elders on down, all right, to teach this word. And from there on, brothers that are of the elect, Lord willing, were reformed, man, into the image of Yahawashi, which is wisdom and knowledge, according to our it's Colossians, man, 3 verse 9, if I'm not mistaken. All right, because we're not physically being reformed, because that's the come. We are going to be reformed physically and have perfect bodies, just like Yahawashi. Okay, but right now we're being reformed in terms of spirit and mentality, man. Alright, so let me read that again. It says, for so the ways of them which lived on the earth were reformed. Alright? So our ways are changing. Because back in the day, what were brothers doing? Committing adultery. Shaping our hairlines up. Shaving our beards, man. Okay? Eating abomination. Alright? Basically, the scriptures say, love not the things that are in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes. That's the image that we had, man. Loving the things that were in the world. Excuse me. Loving the things that were in the world. So we became like in enmity with the Most High. But now we became like friends of the Most High by adopting the Spirit, man. Okay? By taking on the Spirit, and so we became a new man. We formed in the image, after knowledge, after the one that created us, man. So it says, and men were taught the things that were pleasing unto thee, and were saved through wisdom. All right, so that shows you that we're going to be saved through the wisdom and knowledge that's contained within these scriptures. Okay, not by Islam. All right, not by the Christianity that's being taught inside these churches. All right, because they go by the same book. But they're not going by the same knowledge. They're not going by the same truth. Okay, because they're being taught the lies that was conjured up by Esau, the devil. Right?
That's why I don't cut the brother, and that's why it says this. This is 1 Corinthians 5 and 7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened, for even Yahawashi, our Passover is sacrificing us. So we're becoming a new lump. Okay, we're not that old man back in the world. You had the do-rag and you was wearing the gold fronts and all of that. Okay, and you was lusting after the things of the world, the nice cars or the nice houses. All right, trying to make friends and all of that kind of stuff. Trying to, show off and do the things that, your average individual does. So you can appease yourself and appease other people. That was the ways of the world that we've learned and understood. But now we've done away with all of that altogether, and now we've been reformed to a better understanding in the ways of the Most High. All right, and through the same wisdom and understanding that we've been given, that same wisdom and understanding is going to deliver us from the great destruction to come. See, go on, brother.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 12. Let's want to hit this point real quick. Wherefore set your affection upon my words.
Right, set your affection or your love upon my words. So your whole mind and your whole body and soul gotta be in this truth, man. Okay, because you got certain guys, man, they came into faith and they fell out due to some other entity outwardly rather than the work. Rather it was a woman or it was a job or whatever it was. But if you're a man of the Lord, you're gonna set your love and affection upon the ways of the scriptures. Let me reiterate myself, because I studied it. Okay, you're gonna understand. You're gonna fall in love with the word of the Lord, and you're gonna be addicted to doing it. Whether you're doing your sit-down shows or whether you're coming out here week in week out. All right, because this is something that everybody can't even get into. So if you got into it, you gotta cherish of this particular truth that we're in. Okay? The entire truth. Let me put it that way. Go on.
Desire them, and ye shall be instructed.
Right, desire them and ye shall be instructed. That's the laws and the commandments and the ways and understanding of the nations. Concerning this Bible. So if you apply these things, hey, guess what? You're going to grow in the spirit. And the spirit of the Lord is going to build with you. But if not, and you want to do what you want to do in the ways of the world, then the Lord is going to lead you to that path of death. You understand? It's a two-way street. There's only two ways. See, you have what is it, the straight gate, which is the narrow gate, which is the few that's going to come in that narrow gate, and then you're going to have the broad gate, which leads to destruction. So, you know, if you want to give me that scripture, somebody give me that scripture. In Matthew 7. All right, go on.
Psalm 62, verse 10. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery.
Right.
If riches increase, set not your heart upon them.
Right.
For the Most High has spoken once, twice have I heard this, that power belongeth unto the Most High.
Right, that power belongeth unto the Most High. Go on.
Also unto thee, O Lord, belongeth mercy, for thou renderest to every man according to his work.
Right, so the Lord will render you mercy when you have to repent. And that's the very few can only but repent. You know, you can't let this world get the best of you. This world is going out big time. The way it's going out is by the information of a nuclear war. Okay, so if you want to save your family, right? Let's say you have children like this brother right here. He has children, right? If he was really serious about saving his children and himself, he would come back to the Lord. He would, you know, understand these precepts and get himself serious with the Lord. Okay? So what's your nationality, bro? Well, you can still be one of us, though. Yeah. Go on. Eritrean, yeah? Yeah, I thought so. Because you have a lot of Eritreans that are our people. Okay? You could either be from the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, or Levi. Okay, but I can read your spirit, right? And I can tell you kind of you one of us. So what I would suggest you do, and it's really up to the spirit, is repent back to the Lord and learn these scriptures. Whatever religion you're into, you're gonna have to dead that and come into this. And I'm not saying you're gonna learn this thing overnight. This is gonna take you some time. But this is the thing to get into, because if you don't get into this thing, matter of fact, give me Matthew 7 real quick. Like I just said, you're not gonna just jump into this thing and be on our level. You're gonna grow. There's gonna come a point in time where, you know, you might have doubt in your mind, or, you know, you've been doing this thing and you may grow, you may not want to grow your bed, or whatever it is that you may not want to do, because you're growing. But eventually, if the spirit is on you, you're gonna grow and build this truth. Okay? Go on. Yeah, Matthew 7. The straight gate. Narrow the way.
Matthew 7 verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate.
Yeah.
For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Right. Broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. So what is the broad gate? The broad gate is basically being a part of this world, doing whatever you want to do. Living your vain life rather than living a life that the Lord has before you. Okay, which is the straight gate. Read about the straight gate again, brother.
Enter ye in at the straight gate. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
So the straight gate, the term straight means a position of difficulty. Because when you come into this truth, life will be difficult indeed. Okay, life ain't gonna be the same as it was before. Because you're gonna go through trials and tribulations. Okay? I'm not saying you per se, but I'm just making an example of those that are going to become believers or looking into becoming believers, you know? And you might be one of those, but I don't know. But I'm just speaking in general. Okay?
Yeah, YouTube
have been great wisdom of Hebrew.
Because at the end of the day, man, it's all gonna come down to this.
Hebrew Israelites.
If you ain't down with the Lord, or you ain't in the rooms or the cipher, then you just gonna be under the cipher physically when the Lord comes. Because it tells you in Matthew 7 also that there's certain men that even also know the name of the Lord, Yahweh, but they not gonna make it slip. But the ones that's gonna make it are them that do the will of the Father. So give me that. So you got something, yeah? Hold on, bro.
Matthew 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters.
Right.
For either he will hate the one and love the other.
Right. You can't be a part of this. Your mind, body, and soul can't be a part of this world. But then yet you claiming to be a believer. You can't. Because the two don't mix. It's like you got these phony Christians, all right, that's talking a bunch of baloney crap. They telling you, oh, you know, as long as you believe in Jesus Christ, brother, you're saved. Saved from what?
It don't work that way.
It don't work that way, man. You can't just, say that you're a Christian and you believe and all of a sudden now you saved. It don't work like that, man. You have to do the works. There's works that you have to do to convey that you are born again. And they don't even understand that term born again.
Exactly.
Because if you're born again into a new creature that the Bible describes, you're not going to go back and sin no more. You're not going to go back and live that old worldly lifestyle you live. Like, for example, we all around here, we don't eat pork. We don't eat shrimp. We don't eat lobster. Okay, we don't commit adultery. In other words, having sex with another man's woman. Okay, we don't do that, man. All right, we've turned away from sin, transgression to the best of our ability. And now we're living a new lifestyle. That's what it means to be born again. A damn Christian can't even tell you what it means to be born again properly. He's telling you, I'm born again, but yet he's committing adultery. He's eating pork, he's eating shrimp, lobster and crabs and all of that nonsense he's eating. Because a lot of these guys don't know what they're talking about. All of these different guys, or these different individuals, people should I say, that's into these different religions, they don't understand these religions, man. They don't even understand them. They just into them because their friend got them into it.
Right.
Or they got persuaded into it and it's cool now. And that's why they in. Or maybe the spiritual demon Satan got them locked in the spirit to be a part of that bullshit. Sorry for cussing. I did so well. You know? You got something. Yeah.
Matthew chapter 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. That they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Right.
But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
Right, because what you had was, and that applies to certain guys, man. You got certain guys where they don't have the oil. Okay, they don't really have the proper understanding. But then later on, what they're gonna do is they're gonna ask for the understanding later on. Okay, when it's too late, when it's too late, they're gonna be asking brothers, yo, brother, can you break this down to me? Can you break that down to me? It's gonna be too late. You just gonna have to die in your sin, baby boy. Okay? Because you have a lot of Hebrew Israelite camps, they don't subscribe to the idea the mark of the beast is the chip. They don't want to understand that, but in due time they're gonna understand that, man. Okay, so
Deuteronomy 22:11.
what's your deal? What's that?
You must not wear clothing made of wool and linen woven together.
What's that?
You must not wear clothing made of wool and linen.
Isn't your clothes made of
together.
wool and linen?
Yeah, but I'm not religious.
Yeah,
but can you explain?
so what's the deal? What's the deal?
What's that mean?
Well, you asked me what does it mean?
Yeah.
But if you're asking me what does it mean, why you read it to me? You should know what it means.
He was scoffing, bro.
What's
You know
it
what?
mean?
Like what's your angle, man? Are you serious or are you just playing games?
No,
a lot of you.
If you're here to preach, then
Yeah, that's a part of the law. That's all right. No, even if he is scoffing, even if he is bullshit, I'll go into that. Yeah, that's a part of the law. That's a part of the law. When you
is
wear
our man
clothing.
here with those trainers made of different fabrics?
Yeah, but so is your clothing too.
Yeah.
So you're a
Well,
sinner as
I
well.
don't believe I'm going to go to hell, but is our man
What's
here
that?
going to hell?
No, but you're a sinner as well. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
but
now
I'm cool
say,
about that.
oh, look at this guy. And
I'm cool about that. Is our man going to hell here?
I'm kind
Is he
of going to
to
get here,
hell?
by the way.
Is he going to hell?
No, he ain't going to hell.
But he's breaking,
because he's
breaking the law of the
repenting.
Bible.
He's repenting.
He's breaking the law of the Bible.
But you
So
know,
I can do whatever I want and repent.
No, this is a good thing. I'll deal with this.
So I can do whatever I want and repent
Let
at the end.
me say this, right? Let me
Can I
tell
do
you this.
whatever I want and repent?
The reason why he's wearing these trainers is because of your people. Your people are in power.
My people.
So the reason why everything's so fucked up,
working
he
class
can't be
people.
local right because of you. Because of people like yourself that's in power.
What can I do?
Let's read that. Read that again. Read what you got, brother.
Because he was talking about hell.
Yeah, read it.
What's this? Is it Matthew?
That's the reason.
Thou shalt not judge. Thou shalt not judge.
Yeah, but he ain't
There ain't no hell.
Wait, I've got
Thou shalt not judge. Thou shalt not
Yeah, but
judge.
you,
Explain how you're allowed
but
to
check
judge.
this out. Don't it say?
And you
You don't know the
sinning
Bible, my
yourself.
man. You don't know the Bible. Let me tell you something, right? The scriptures tells you that a spiritual man can judge. How about that one? We don't.
Now I'm gonna read
You can see the spiritual demon saying, which he's the physical counterpart. They bring scriptures too, so that's all right.
Right, so the scriptures also say that you're allowed to kill somebody for being raped.
This is Luke
Is that fair
chapter
enough?
16,
The scripture
verse
said that a
19.
woman
Go
that's
on.
been raped is allowed
There was
to
a
be beaten
certain
to
rich
death.
man
Is that
which was
fair enough?
clothed
Hold on,
in
hold on.
purple
Do you believe you
and
should
fine
beat someone
linen
to death for being raped?
and fed sumptuously every day. Right? There was a rich man. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
Right? And he fed sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores and desiring to be fed with the crumbs.
So the poor man represents the nation of Israel. Okay, go on.
And to be fed with
You're
the
not an Israelite,
crumbs
my man. Trust me.
which
Why not?
fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
Yeah.
Right. So listen, and it came to pass that the beggar died
Yeah.
and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died
Yeah.
and was buried.
So the rich man is referred to your people. Go on.
Why my people? What's that? What's with the
Go on.
racism?
No, let's keep reading. Let's keep
No. What's with the
Let's
racism?
read on, let's read on,
No,
brother,
what's
read on,
with the
read on.
racism? Don't straight up.
No, it's
What's
fine,
with
it's
the
fine.
racism?
Listen.
Because I'm a poor man. I'm a poor man from a poor
You're a
place
rich
that's moved
man.
somewhere to make some money, to work hard, to provide for my family, to provide for
Well, I
other
mean,
people. But I don't even know.
But you know, check this out, my man. Can I
No,
say
it's
one thing?
Sorry, what? Are you going to blame me for people before me?
No. Listen.
Right. So
This is
no,
your-
you're
this-
telling me that I
This
am.
is your society.
I
What I'm
am.
saying to you, you shouldn't be calling your own society. This is your world.
No, I shouldn't be. But why are you saying that this is the world?
Do you believe in the Bible?
He doesn't want that.
Well, if you don't believe in the Bible, why you here?
Because I want to try. I want to question you on it. But you don't want to
Now
answer
listen,
the
listen,
question.
listen, bro. Just listen.
It says, and
It's
listen,
not righteous,
and in
it's
hell,
self-righteous.
and in hell,
And in hell,
he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeing Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom.
yeah, but you know though, brother, I wanted to say this, right? And I mean, he's right. The spirit, saying this right too. But the reason why we wearing mixed up clothing, because you have people like him that's in power, that's mixing up clothing. You got people like him that's in charge of the clothing. So this is what I'm saying. So this is why we need Yahawashi. But the reason why we weren't, just because we wear these clothes, it don't mean that we're down. We're under the grace period. Okay, because the Lord understood that, look, if you can't keep the law 100%, because according to the law, hey, you're supposed to put a homosexual to death. You can't do that now. Anyhow you do that down here in these times, your ass is going to jump. And we're not telling brothers to go do that, by the way. We're not telling y'all to go do that. Because if you do that, now you're just being a dumbass. But what I'm saying is this, the law, we can't keep the law 100% right now. Okay, because the law, basically, the law, and at the same time, the law is not going to get us to our salvation. What's going to have us get to our salvation is if we believe in Yahawashi. By doing the deeds of Yahawashi. That's what's going to get us into the kingdom. Not just the law in itself. So if he understood that, he would have just kept it moving, man. Because he don't understand the scriptures. He's trying to entrap man by using one scripture. You can't do that, man, because we know the book back to back. But I would have liked it if he would have stuck around, because then we could have got down to the bottom of it. Because I like dealing with people like that. I like dealing with guys that think they know something. As you can see, he didn't stand the test of time. I don't cut you, brother, because it's good sometimes when you're dealing with certain people that think they know a little something. It makes it more interesting. Go on, brother.
And in hell, he lifted up his eyes,
Yeah.
being in torments,
Yeah.
and seeth Abraham afar off,
Uh-huh.
and Lazarus in his bosom.
Yeah.
And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me,
Yeah.
and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger
Right.
in water and cool my tongue,
Yeah.
for I am tormented in this flame.
Yep, and that's what it's going. That's what it's going to be in the future, because the so-called Europeans right now, they're the rich man. Okay, they're what you call the symbol of the rich man right now, because he's in power. But when the time comes and the kingdom is set up, our world is set up, they're going to be in great torment, and they're going to be asking for a little peace. That's why he said, can you dip the tip of it? Meaning he's going to be looking for a little bit of peace. Because that fire is going to be soaking up his behind. All right. And that's the future of the so-called Europeans. No matter how many scriptures they try to come up with or whatever, they come with scriptures. That's all cool. I'm all right when they come with scriptures. But that don't mean that they're gonna get off the hook when it comes to judgment. You know? And that's just the whole ordeal, because like I've been saying earlier before, the Bible has the final word. The Bible is the word of the Lord. So any other book out there, man, I mean, that's so vain. It's to no avail. You want to come with the Keeper Nikas, you want to come with the book of Hinduism or the Quran, all of these different books. I mean, they serve a purpose, and that purpose is to deceive you into nonsense, to keep the people in check. But the Bible has the final saying, and it's been talking all along, before I was even born, before even the Quran came on the scene. So what we're dealing with is the Bible only. We're only dealing with the Bible because the Bible has stood the test of time, and is still standing the test of time today. Okay, go on. Yeah, you had something, you know.
Now, all I wanted to do is I wanted to address what he was. He screamed to you and he said you can't judge no one and you can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to clarify that for the public here. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 2. Do you not know that the saints shall judge the world?
Right.
And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
Right.
Know ye not that we shall judge angels?
Right.
How much more the things that pertain to this life?
That's it. How much more
Hello?
things that not of me. I don't want to take pictures.
Only of the posters and the pictures.
You know, so at the end of the day, that devil, and I mean, you can see that devil, his head wasn't really put on right. You can see in his eyes. He was all dizzy and all this mode, and I mean, and the reason why he's all dizzy is he's out in the hot sun. A lot of these devils shouldn't really be in the hot sun like this, because it's hot out here, man. Because that UV radiation is piercing through their skin, and it's making them go mad. That's why they're not equipped to come up here to battle scriptures, man. They can't battle no scriptures. They don't even know how to deal with the scriptures like how we deal with the scriptures. They're not quick on the mark like we are. Okay? But like the brother was reading, it says that the saints shall judge the world. So, who are the saints? Let's find out who the saints are. Because that's another notion out there that you can't judge. You can't judge anything. You just gotta go along with it because the scripture says, judge not, ye should be judged. That's the only Bible verse they quote. But not understanding that the Israelites, which are the saints, are to judge. And we can judge all things, man. The Bible tells you that a righteous man judges all things. A spiritual man judges all things.
This is on.
Oh, you got to put it right here.
Go on. Sorry, brother. Thank you, brother. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 15.
Yeah.
But he that is spiritual judges all
Right.
things.
He that is spiritual judges all things. So ain't nothing wrong with judging. You can judge. Okay? I can judge this character here, this character there. I can judge everybody out there. You know why? Because I'm spiritual. Go on, brother.
Yet he himself is judged of no
Right,
man.
but you can't judge me.